You ready?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to call to order the Angola Board of Zoning Appeals Monday, June 24, 2024 meeting. Can I have the roll call, please?
Brant Moore,
Here.
Chris Thomas, here. Phil Rowe,
Here.
Mike Sutter,
Here.
and Susan Ralston.
It's nice to have everyone with us tonight. Everybody's got a copy of the May 20th, 2024 minutes. Are there any additions and corrections? If not, I'll call for approval as presented.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
for item number 3 on page 4 of 5. I've been known to make many motions, but I don't think I can make a motion and second it. Isn't that what it says? Number
Oh, it
7
does
made
say
a motion to approve. Number 7 seconded.
We'll make that correction.
Okay, the correction, thank you.
Any others? So do I have a motion with the corrections as presented?
I would make that motion.
Have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved with that one correction. For everyone in the audience, a little bit about our meetings. We will start out with a staff report. We'll then ask the petitioner present any facts relating to the case. Board members will direct questions to the petitioner. We'll then ask for any remonstrators or correspondence to be read into the minutes. We might do that a little bit different tonight with the 6 different cases. We'll do one, and then we'll ask for any comments, questions, board comments. We'll do the findings of fact. Then we'll do the next one and the next one and the next one. So we'll ask for comments for each one. So we'll change that just a little bit. We'll then close the public part of the hearing. And we will then go through the findings of fact and have a motion and announce the vote at the end. So we only have one case tonight, and that's the Trine Development Standards variance.
Ready to begin? All right, first on the evening is case number 2024 BZA 06001. Trine University is seeking development standard variances. The location is in the Woodholes addition. They're requesting relief from the Title 18 of the UDO, section 18.72.040 for minimum front yard setback. In section 18.72.040, University Development Standards maximum lot coverage. Section 18.160360 for setback standards for parking lots. Section 18.172.060 buffer yard planting standards for depth. And then section 18.160.120 driveway standards separation. And then the same section of 510 for trash receptacle standards of setbacks. As mentioned, the district is, or as outlined, the district is University District. Applicable code is Title 18 of the UDO and Indiana Code Board of Zoning Appeals 36-7-4. The hearing date is today's date, June 24th. Public notices appeared in the Herald Republican on June 14th. And 20 property owners within 300 feet of the project were sent notice on June 12th. The project is not located within a floodplain. For many years, Trine University has been steadily acquiring properties in the Woodhole subdivision, which was originally platted for residential housing back in April 1870 to expand their growth north of Thunder Drive. This targeted approach has allowed the university to expand its physical footprint and cater to the needs of its growing student body. Prior developments constructed in this portion of campus would include the University Center, the Trine Ice Hockey Arena, Ryan's Tennis Center, and student housing. In December of 2015, Trine University acquired lots 52 and 53. Near the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, they acquired lots 46 through 49. Structures on these lots were promptly raised in anticipation for future campus expansion. On June 10th of 2024, the Angola Plan Commission forwarded a favorable recommendation to Common Council for a zoning map amendment to initiate the next phase of development for campus. Next, I'll be speaking to the site plan below. That's imaged, pictured. Trine University is proposing a two-phase development plan through 4 targeted areas. Phase 1, which includes Area 1 and Area 2, is to incorporate development of parking lots to address the shortage of parking for students and visitors. This phase targets completion before the next upcoming academic school year. Phase 2, Area 4, includes construction of a new dormitory to provide much-needed student housing. Both phases seek variances to be developed in a manner consistent with the campus growth. The last targeted area, Area 3, includes additional pathways along Saginaw Street, which is private in that section, connecting to existing residence hall north of the University Center that do not require action by this board. The development includes multiple unit student housing and parking lots designed for 171 stalls, 8 of which are ADA compliant. All targeted areas embrace new landscaping and sidewalks to provide a safe and adequate pedestrian traffic flow for those utilizing the designated areas. Next, we're going to break down into the variances. I have it broke down for the dormitory and then each specific parking lot location. The first is going to be the dormitory. They are seeking a variance for section 18.72040 for a minimum front yard setback. Requested relief from front yard setback along Moss Street to go from 20 feet to 0. It is the area shown in blue on the image below. This is to accommodate the main entrance of the dormitory from Moss Street for architectural features, which is outlined in green. The main building facade projects 12 foot into the front yard setback area, which is orange. While the proposed dormitory's grand entry, overhang, and columns do project into the front yard, presenting a 0 foot setback, the main structure itself is 8 foot setback from the right-of-way, placing it approximately 26 feet from the Moss Street curb. The concerns regarding overall lot coverage presented to each designated area could be addressed through future combination of parcels, but for convenience, Trine University is proceeding with the established plat vacation parcel lines. A holistic look at the property in this area, which is all owned by Trine, have adequate lot coverage. Advanced measures are being taken to ensure proper stormwater management for all developments. Next, we are going to go towards into the parking lots. The first is the corner of Summit Street and Saginaw, which is lots 52 and 53. They're requesting a relief for maximum lot coverage. They're requesting the lot coverage, which is maximum from University of 70%, be increased to allow 85%. The next variance they're requesting is for setback standards for parking lot setbacks into front yards, which is shown in the image above in blue. They're requesting the maximum projection of 25% increase to 75%. So going from 15 foot setback to a 5 foot setback from the said right away. Section 18.160.120 driveway separation, which is the separation between drives. They're requesting, it's kind of hard to see, but my cursor is up on the TV screen. The first one is green. They're a separation from an intersection. They're requesting the minimum distance of 100 feet on this type of street be reduced from 100 feet to 5 feet. The next is orange, which is between the two drives for the parking lot. Is a separation, the minimum distance of 45 feet, and they're requesting that to be 0. And then lastly, a setback from the property lines, which is the easternmost on the image above, is they're requesting the setback minimum distance be of 10 feet be reduced to 0 feet. So next is section 18.172.060 for buffer yard plantings. Designed for depth is going to be the area in red. You can also see the landscaping they have provided around the parking lot, However, they meet the landscaping, just not the depth because that protrudes into the parking area. And their request relief from the minimum depth of 20 feet be waived. Next, we move into the corner of Saginaw Street and South Kinney Street, which includes lots 46, 47, 48, and 49. Again, this specific is asking for maximum lot increase to go from the permitted 70% to go to 85% for the north lot, so north of the green line, and then 80% for the southern lot, which is an existing gravel lot today. Next, they're requesting for setback standards for parking lot setbacks. The area in blue, so the top portion and the right portion, so north and east. They're requesting it to go from the 25% to 75%, which is the 15% setback to become a 5-foot setback. And then side yard, since these are all unique with numerous front yards, a side yard relief, which is highlighted in green, to the minimum projection of 50% to 100%, 5-foot setback now to become a 0-foot setback. Additionally, if you look on the map on the right and top, you'll see orange. And they're requesting relief from an intersection again to become from 100 foot to be reduced to 25 foot. And then additionally on this parcel, highlighted in purple, right here on the southern parking lot, the top right portion is for trash receptacle standards. This parcel again has 3 front yards and 1 side yard. They're requesting to permit a trash receptacle placement within a front yard, which is not permitted in our code today. As mentioned earlier, the southeast parking lot at the corner of Kinney Street and Moss Street utilizes an existing entry-exit drive along Moss Street. The development essentially improves an existing gravel lot to current standards with a slightly reduction in size that is not required for this lot since already established. The lot presents itself with 3 front yards and originally designed to provide the proper space for a trash receptacle. Let me back that up. My apologies. The lot presented itself with 3 front yards and wasn't originally designed to provide proper space for a trash receptacle in a side yard, placing it within the alley with no enclosure. They're shifting it to the east, approximately 100 feet to provide additional parking stalls and accessibility for the trash service provider and proper enclosure. So if you look at the map again, the enclosure is where my cursor is at in the top right. It was nestled up towards an existing residence hall. So essentially shifting it over and enclosing it properly. The design driveways practically mirror those of neighboring residents in the addition and eliminate the need for on-street parking. Eliminating the drive approach radius would provide additional distance, however, eliminate the flow of traffic entering and exiting the parking lot and aesthetics. Furthermore, the development of these parking lots is intended to serve the student body and visitors for specific campus events or functions, not daily commuters passing through the area. Conversations with engineering and street departments have occurred regarding all drive approach locations, and both departments feel this is the best and safest design. Finally, the landscaping plan meets ordinance requirements for plantings and has received approval from the park superintendent. Next, we're going to move into site images. I'm just going to go quickly over these, as I'm sure you guys have reviewed in the staff report already. The first is looking southeast over lots 52 and 53 from the intersection of Saginaw Street and Moss. Next is an aerial image, which approximately shows you the right-of-way line. And to refer to the image above, so you can see where the right-of-way is at, and then the additional 5 foot on top of that. So sometimes it can be, misleading. People think the right-of-way is right at the curb, but it's actually a distance and then 5 foot on top of that. So if you refer to the first image above, right between the 2 trees is about the right-of-way line. It'll be 5 foot back from the Summit Street that runs north and south. The next image is going to be looking southeast over lots 46 through 49. And this is, the next image will show from the South Kinney Street from the alleyway. You can see the blue dumpster up next to the existing residence hall, shifting over to this grassy area essentially along the alley further to the east, but looking northwest over the lot itself. And the next remaining is lots 46 through 49 as you flow around, and lastly ending with the property looking straight south of those lots. And again, that sidewalk is in the aerial image below. You can see the sidewalk in the aerial image, the right-of-way line. You have the additional back, so that sidewalk is not being eliminated. The next couple images will reflect the lots 66 through 69 of an existing residence on the property. This is a lot where they're wanting to project the main structure into the front yard setback of Moss Street. As a reference, this first top image is looking southwest to west over them lots. The next is looking east, southeast over the described lots. And the house as it sits today is approximately 4 foot from the right of way. So it's not even, it's a legal non-conforming residence as it sits today, this one here. So this is an example to get an eye of approximate location. Next, as mentioned, the property is zoned university. To the north, you'll have traditional residential and Elmhurst Professional Plaza and neighborhood commercial zoning. To the east, you have Trine University and further traditional residential. To the south is all Trine University, and to the west, for the majority, is Trine University, a couple small to medium general commercial, and then residential further out on US Highway 20. As of today's date, we did receive one email in, and that's going to be from Kappa Sigma. They reviewed everything that we provided them as far as the site plan, and their statement is there is no objection to the request and look forward to the continued growth of the Trine campus. This project speaks to the comprehensive plan, principle 1.5, I strongly encourage development of underutilized lots, and objective 2.4 of continue to support the initiatives of Trine University as a valuable and critical community partner. In conclusion, staff is encouraged to see potential development of a shovel-ready sites within the community. The variance presents the opportunity to support community's growth while ensuring responsible development. Additionally, the proposed development includes much-needed housing to support campus growth and parking to adequately support the university's needs. It should be noted that the development plan for the parking lots will appear on the agenda for July 8th Plan Commission. And as previously noted, the Angola Common Council heard and approved the first reading of the rezoning request on July I'm not sure the date.
It was June 24th.
June 3rd. I don't think it should be irrelevant, but they have heard the first reading and approved.
Yes.
Staff does recommend conditional approval for the requested variances for the parking lot, that the development plan is granted by the development plan approval is granted by the Planning Commission for parking lot independent. And then for the dormitory, that a development plan approval is granted by the Planning Commission for a residence hall. Any questions for staff?
Good job. Excellent.
Okay. Who would like to speak for the case?
I have nothing to present, but I'd be happy to answer any questions if there are any. Gretchen Miller from Trine University.
Okay. So the first one that we're going to look at is the minimum front yard setback to 0 feet. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak on that? Okay. Any questions? We'll close the public part for this. Okay. First, go through any questions, comments? All right, let's go through the findings and facts of this.
This is the finding of fact for lots 66 through 69. It's case number as provided at the start of the presentation, reflected in point 1 for minimum front yard setback to 0 feet. Number 1, the approval of the variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the setback of 0 feet is to incorporate the grand entry of the structure to include the overhanging columns to provide an appealing access point to the building. Additionally, the 0-foot setback will span approximately 60 feet while the remaining structure will rest 8 foot at about approximately 8-foot setback. Landscaping and sidewalks are incorporated. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Number 2, the use and value of the adjacent or area adjacent to the property, including this variance, will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the existing residential dwelling is currently setbacks approximately 4 feet from the right of way along Moss Street.
Agree.
Agree. Lastly, number three, the strict application of terms of this ordinance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Will.
Staff proposes to find that because to the south of the proposed dormitory location is a private access drive and parking currently utilized by the campus functions and operations.
We want to agree? So next then is the parking lot. Oh yeah. So we need a motion to approve with the conditions that are listed, development plan approval granted by the Plan Commission for Residence Hall.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's passed. Next, then we have the parking lot setback from 5 feet to 0. And this is lots 46 through 49, 52, 53. Is there anybody here who'd like to speak on that?
I would like to reflect, it's broke down on this. You'll see that the section code from our UDO is parking lot setbacks. And then I grouped these together of quote A, which is the front yard to go from the permitted 15 to 5 feet. And then B, which is side from 5 feet, I believe, to 0. So I'm grouping them together, and the one variance here is basically everything to do for parking lot setbacks is together, but they're outlined there to eliminate any possible confusion.
Any questions, comments here, board? If not, we'll close the public part and go through the findings.
Finding the fact for a point 2 of this evening, the approval of this variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, or the general welfare of the community.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the development respects all designated right-of-ways and easements to ensure safety for pedestrian and vehicular traffic in the area.
All agree?
Number 2, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that the development of the parking lots is to alleviate traffic congestion on nearby streets, furthermore creating a more desirable and functional environment for adjacent residents and businesses.
Agree?
Lastly, number 3, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Will.
Staff proposes to find that the restrictions would significantly reduce available parking stalls, effectively eliminating the much needed parking intended to serve the campus community.
Agree? Do I have a motion to approve with the same condition that plan approval from the Plan Commission for parking lot?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Do we have a motion and a second to approve with the condition listed? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, next one then are the, well, there's several things here, all the drive standards. Is there anybody who'd like to speak?
Moving into the findings, the approval of the variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, or morals and general welfare of the community.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding because development are located on local streets per the thoroughfare map that do not foresee high volume of vehicular traffic. Dual access points will reduce the number of vehicles exiting the individual drive, providing no dead-end parking aisles. Additionally, the developments aren't intended to increase traffic, rather adequately house the student body and means of transportation.
Agree?
Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variances will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the development will complement the surrounding area and the developments aren't meant to increase traffic flow, rather adequately house vehicles internally rather than on-street parking.
Agree?
Lastly, the strict application in terms of the variance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Will?
Staff proposes to find that because the developments are presented with limited locations for access points with their proximity to adjacent intersections and property lines.
Agree? Do I have a motion to approve with the same condition and a development plan approval for the plan commission for parking lot?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Have a motion, a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. So the next one is the buffer yard planning standards have to be waived. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on that? Not? With the findings?
Finding of facts for lots 52 and 53 for the buffer yard depth to be waived. It's going to be point 4 of the night. The approval of the variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community.
Will not.
Staff proposes to find that because proper landscaping requirements are being met to ensure adequate visual breaks from the university district to traditional residential and the development itself.
Agree?
Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the development will complement the surrounding area and provide much needed parking to the area. Additionally, providing a safer area for adjacent property owners to park and commute.
Agree?
Lastly, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Will?
Staff proposes to find that because buffer yards to be a minimum of 20 feet deep would eliminate 11 parking spaces in this designated area.
Everyone agree? I have a motion to approve with the same condition, the development plan approval by the plan commission. A second? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Get your breath in there.
It's Melissa.
Okay. So the next one is the maximum lot coverage. Is there anyone here who would like to speak? Okay. Board, anything? Go ahead.
Okay, finding a fact for 0.5, as he stated, in maximum lot coverage, lots 46 to 49 to 85%, lots 52 and 53 to 85%, lots 66 to 69 to 75%, and then lots 54 and 55 to 80%. Number one, the approval of the variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, or morals and general welfare of the community.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because extensive measures are being taken to ensure proper stormwater management provided by the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, IDEM, and adequate pedestrian traffic throughout campus.
Agreed.
Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes to find that because the design incorporates landscaping and proper stormwater management, ensuring the continued functionality of the area. Additionally, increasing the lot coverage for the parking lots pulls vehicles from the street parking, making the surrounding local streets less congested.
Agree?
Lastly, number 3, the strict application in terms of the ordinance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Well,
Staff proposes to find that the lots designed in the late 1800s are too small to adequate the scale of the development proposed. Furthermore, the campus aims to respect the lot lines rather than consolidate all their campus properties into a single lot.
agree? All right, do I have a motion to approve with the same condition, development and approval by the Engel Planning Commission? Have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The last one. Trash receptacle permitted in front yard.
Finding the facts for point 6 of this evening. The approval of the variance will or will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, or the general welfare of the community. Staff proposes the finding that because the proposed location is meeting side yard setbacks and positioned 25 feet from the right of way of South Kinney Street. Additionally, the trash receptacle will be screened with permitted material.
Agree?
Number 2, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will or will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner.
Will not.
Staff proposes the finding that because the development will properly screen the trash receptacle for this property, providing a more aesthetic environment from the existing state.
Agree?
Number 3, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will or will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property.
Will.
Well,
Staff proposes the finding that because of the existing site layout and consisting of 3 front yards, additionally shifting it from its current location provides additional parking and easy collection vehicle maneuverability.
Agree? Do I have a motion to approve with the condition development plan approval by the Engel Planning Commission?
So move.
And a second, everybody. If you agree, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
If you don't mind, Chairman, I'm gonna move forward. I think you all were made aware in an email from Aretha Hicks, but I do want to put it out there at this meeting, public meeting, that she has been appointed to the Director of Economic Development and Planning. So you'll be seeing her back at a lot of these meetings. And then lastly for me is close of today, unless something snuck through by transitioning from my office to here. There is no set meeting for July. Nothing has been received for the BZA next month.
That's not when you put.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to commend staff for the work. Particularly Brett,
For the lot.
that package, unbelievable.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
great job.
All right, anybody have anything else? If not, we'll stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye,
very
guys. You're
much. welcome.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Yep, take care, Scott.
Usually don't get claps from the crowd, so that was.
I know.